Hey folks, Nick Harrington here. This is a special fishing report here from the Chamberlain area, Lake Francis case. I am down here just wrapping up pre-fishing for the Cedar Shore Resort Walleye Tournament that's going to take place next week. So I am not going to give the most in-depth fishing report. However, I have no problem saying where people are fishing or what they're doing because I have a very good idea on that. So I did Saturday in the Platte area. I did today in the Chamberlain area. I've basically covered everything from the dam to below the White River and from Platte to Elm Creek. So there's only a handful mile void that I did not cover. So have a pretty good idea what's going on along the reservoir. I'll start down at the bottom. I'll start down in Platte. Not near as many boats fishing in Platte. Most of that fishing's taking place in the Dock 44 area, Snake Creek, and it pretty much doesn't leave there. There's some boats up jigging by Red Rock, but that's about it. So you then get up towards Chamberlain, and it's a different story. So we'll keep the theme of coming up river. And wow, that was a lot of boats at the White River. I counted 43 boats themselves just along the bluffs at the White River. There were another 9 just kind of north of it. So, I mean, it was, yeah, that was a lot of boats. And I will say, if you were one of them, what were you doing? Like, I saw like 3 caught. Like, was it a good bite that I wasn't there for or what? Like, I did one pass, like one half-hearted crankbait pass just to see, and I couldn't tell you what's going on down there. But there's a lot of boats, so I don't know. Maybe take someone else's word for it, not mine. But yeah, if you're one of them, like, shoot me a text. What were you doing? Like, half were jigging, half were cranking. I literally saw 3 fish caught. I counted, and that's all I did was just weave between boats trying to crank. So anyways, kind of coming up river. Couple boats at Carpenter Bluffs, not many. I think they were all cranking. Same thing, kind of that Dude Ranch, Coma Flats area, not many boats. Not near as many boats in town as I thought there'd be. There was a handful last night, kind of pitching the rocky shorelines, but it was mostly shore anglers that were doing that. So, yeah, and then heading north, not hardly anybody was fishing Kiowa, but there were a handful kind of north of that, just a little bit. If you know that area, I think you know where I'm talking about. Then we got up into Crow, couple on the bluffs just below Crow, not a ton. They were cranking, and then couple over on the other side in the trees, they were jigging. I couldn't tell you if these guys were catching fish or not. I'll be honest with you there. I'm just kind of boat reporting now. And not as many at the dam as I thought there'd be. But, yeah, that's kind of the trend for where folks are fishing. Like I said, most of it's at the White River. And if you know why, let me know. Because I thought, oh, it looks like this will be an easy pass. And it wasn't. So, but that's kind of what I heard yesterday. As I heard a few folks that say they fished pretty hard and only had 3 or 4 to show for it. They were nice fish, but they weren't... they're pretty tough, so it'll be interesting to see. Everything's going to change anyways with warm weather. That I think it's going to be in the 70s now, kind of heading into the tournament, so that's a welcome change. But that's overall, that's kind of the report from the Chamberlain Platte area, Greater Lake Francis case. I caught some fish. I mean, I'm not going to say the bite's bad, but I'm also not going to say that they leaped into the boat either. So I would say the bite is, there's a bite. Not bad. Or if you're at the White, it's amazing. I don't know. Kind of depends on if you use the per boat gauge. But anyways, kind of joking aside, that's the best report I can give you. Like I said, bulk of the fishing concentrated at the White. Handful up in that Crow area, like always, and not a ton down in the Platte, and less in town than I thought there'd be. I also speak very highly of the Smokin' Mule brisket burger. That was absolutely fantastic. So if you are in Chamberlain, yeah, that was like holy smokes. I think I'm going to get one right before I take off here. So with that, good fishing.